First of all, I think thank you so much for providing this opportunity to share our research. And I'm glad to tell you that this research was sponsored by the Chinese National Social Science Fund with the ID 15BJY175. So that is from the Social Science Fund from the government of China. Basically, the main work is done by the Professor Chao Yongliang. He is the Dean at the Yancheng Institute of Technology of the School of Economics and Management. So the topic before we go, here's my outline, and I will go through this through the introduction, and then literature review, then we will have a theoretical framework and data, and then finally the conclusion. As we know, basically this paper is talking about what would happen when a currency of a country appreciates, and its implications for the economies and for the international trade, as well as implications on its GDP and also the sectors. And maybe this is a unique research in this way because there are very little research done on the sector size. Means what happens when a currency appreciates, then how it will affect the global value chain. As we know that today, most of the products, they go through a series of supply chains. Let's think about iPhone. iPhone is going through a different supply chains. Its software is being made in America. Well, its smart chips is outsourced from Japan, and other gadgets and other small products comes from different regions or different places. So what would happen when several currencies value appreciates? Then of course it will push the cost up, and then ultimately the consumer surplus declines and the price of the final product is also go up. So this paper is basically tracking down those things on the one side. On the other side, we also want to see what happens when a 1% increase in the appreciation of currency, let's say a Chinese. Then we have used 4 big economies like China, we have America, we have Germany, we have Japan, and then we have assumed that what would happen when a 1% increase in the GDP, then what will happen to the overall economy, and then which sectors they will be affected by this appreciation of the currency. And we know the global value chain has created a different results, and we use the what we call it the void data set, which is called the world input-output data source. As you know, this data source is compiled by the European Union for over 47 countries with 57 sectors. So if you want to get the data about the sectors, then this is the base source to get the data on the sectors. Generally, it will be very difficult to get the data on sectors. So we use the void, and it covers more than 57 sectors. Now,
open source data.
Yeah, void input-output data source from the European Union. Yes. And here is a theoretical framework, and I will not go through much with the calculations. I just show you how it goes, and then what I reached to this analysis, the final, we create in columns and we see the basic structure of the WIOT, and then we create a scenario which calculates what happens when I appreciate currency of different countries. As we can see, China here, and the RA, it means the rest of the world countries, and then we have United States and Germany and Japan and South Korea and so on. So the impact of the currency appreciation, as we can see, when Chinese currency is appreciated by 1%,